Hello and welcome to the Go There Do That podcast. My name is Ethan, and we're of course joined today with Heather, and we are going to talk about the Texas State Park called Dinosaur Valley. So we haven't done one of these in a minute, but how we normally do it is Heather has all the information and facts, and then I ask her sort of what the deal is about it. So we're going to start with the first bullet point on your list, which is
location.
The location. Where is Dinosaur Valley?
Dinosaur Valley is in Glen Rose, Texas, which is known as the dino capital of Texas. So you can see dinosaur tracks in Dinosaur Valley State Park, but there's also like different places to see them in Glen Rose itself. So that's kind of like one of the main kind of drawing points there, but it's most convenient to the DFW area. It's like only an hour and a half away, about 3 hours to 3.5 hours from like Austin and San Antonio area. And then it's about 4 hours from Houston.
Cool. So yeah, if you've never seen dinosaur tracks before, it is super duper cool to just be hiking and then look down into the water, and you can see like the very pronounced shape and outline, which I was pretty amazed when we went there. And I mean, I'm not like a dinosaur enthusiast.
Connoisseur.
I mean, I've watched Land Before Time a couple times, but never have I experienced like seeing actual evidence embedded in rock, millions of years ago.
Yeah.
So
quite a while ago. Yeah.
Right. So what else does Dinosaur Valley have?
So it has the river, the Paluxy River. So that's like where you can see the dinosaur tracks kind of in the riverbed. So it's also important to like check the Texas Parks and Wildlife Dinosaur Valley page, like website, because the river levels do change. And if the river's like really flowing, you can't really see the tracks very well. So if you're going specifically for that, then, you definitely want to pay attention to that. But they're really good about keeping it updated. They have like a link on the website that's just for kind of dino track updates. But honestly, it's a really cool park, even without the dinosaur tracks. It's beautiful. Lots of hiking. It has like 20 miles of hiking, which is pretty decent for a Texas state park. Like, there's some state parks that have like 6 or 7 miles. So lots of hiking you can do. Most of the trails are like easy to moderate and kind of along the riverbed. But there are some more challenging trails that kind of get you up into like cool overlook points too.
What's cool about the overlooks, whenever we went, it was later in the year, so the trees didn't have leaves. I mean, there were some very pretty leaves still, but the overlooks are way more visible. Like you get to see a good view of the river itself from up high because there's no leaves there. So there is like positives to going at any point in the year, but specifically overlooks, where we went to a couple of those. There was one leading past, what was that one called? Past the dinosaur tracks, and then it was like half a mile or...
there's like it's literally called the Overlook Trail. Yeah. And it's half a mile. And that one is like challenging because you kind of just go up for half a mile.
Yeah, it's a pretty steep incline.
Yeah. But then there's like a lot of trails along the riverbed, like the Dinio Trail. Shows you like the Dinio tracks, which those ones are not, you can still see them. They kind of have like the leafy print type, which is like kind of like a T-Rex adjacent dinosaur that left those. And then there's like a round one, which I actually read on the Texas Parks page that for a long time they thought those were like, I think Brontosaurus type tracks. So thinking like long neck in Land Before Time.
Yeah.
But then a graduate student in 2007 discovered bones, and then they were identified as like a new species of dinosaur, like not one that they were familiar with. So he named it the Paluxysaurus jonesii, which I'm assuming is like after Paluxy River, obviously, but I don't know where the jonesii comes from.
Well, I mean, you get to name it whatever you want if you discover it.
Right, exactly.
I honestly didn't know that it looked like just an embedded circle.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah, but those are like the big old long neck looking dinosaur tracks. Yeah.
And if you, that was one part where they're way more prominent when the river is like way less. If there's like less water, you get to walk up and see them much better.
Yeah, we saw them pretty clearly, and we went in December of like 2020. So that was a good time. It did say on the website that like kind of the best time to see them usually is in the summer because the river isn't usually flowing. There's usually not a lot of rain in the summer in Texas. So they're going to be visible quite often for the most part. But yeah.
But
anytime. Yeah.
But check before you go if that's what you're wanting.
Right.
The tracker or whatever.
Yeah.
It's called. All right. What do you have next?
I guess really the only thing I have left as far as like facts is the accommodation. So like if you're wanting to camp at the state park, it is kind of a smaller state park as far as like campgrounds go. There's only 36 kind of normal campsites for like with electric water hookup. And then there are 8 primitive walk-in sites that are about a half mile to just like walk into. And there's no like restrooms, water nearby. And then there's 7 primitive hike-in spots.
Primitive,
yeah. Also primitive, yeah.
Yeah.
But those ones are like 1 mile to 2.5 miles to walk to. And then you have to cross the river for those. So sometimes those are not accessible. So you kind of have to check in on those, yeah.
Yeah, you got to really want to go there.
Yeah.
So also when you drive in, there are these 2 giant sculptures. One is of a
T-Rex adjacent.
T-Rex looking.
Yeah.
And across is a long neck brontosaurus, like the
Paluxysaurus jonesii. Yeah.
Yeah, but those are really cool to like take a photo with.
Yes.
And then I noticed along the headquarters they have like embedded.
Oh yeah.
Within the rock, the shape of a dinosaur as well.
Yeah, like the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of it's good. Yeah, thoughtful little approaches that they had. Like they really do care about the preservation of the tracks, and they really do like they understand the importance of having those there, and it is really cool just to be able to walk up. Like it's not like a viewing area or anything. You can just kind of browse along the river.
Right.
Really cool. Like the only other time I've seen fossils, I guess, like that, or footprints was like a stone cut out in a museum, you know, behind a glass case. So it's like
to see them still like in the land, like in the earth, and be able to like walk around like where the dinosaurs were walking is pretty stinking cool. Yeah.
Much more immersive. So unique to me. I don't know how many dinosaur tracks are like available out there for viewing, but this is like this area is the most in Texas at least. It's what the internet told us.
Yes.
So but yeah, super fun place, very unique state park in Texas. I think that's like a cool offering.
Yeah.
I mean, not only is it every state park has its own personality and like unique traits, but this one kind of stands out to me.
Yeah, it was definitely one of my favorites just because of the little extra of seeing the dinosaur footprints. Plus, when we got to go, you did have like drone approval, and so that was fun as far as like getting footage goes. It was a little more exciting. Yeah.
Also unique to our subjective experience. Yeah. I contacted the park and they asked for me to provide photos, and then I could take photos of whatever I wanted to with a drone, which I got to unique view of top down looking onto the tracks, and I actually noticed there were more than I could see like
from the riverbed or from the overlook. Yeah.
So I guess the way the water is, it kind of does warp the perspective just a little bit, but but it was really cool to see. I like the trails. They are a little bit strenuous, but it's not like it's not killer.
You're not hiking mountains.
Right. Yeah.
It's Texas hiking.
Yes. But it's just a little bit of strenuous activity for really
some
cool
trails.
Yeah. For really cool view.
Yep.
And some of there's one trail that requires you to walk actually across the river.
That might be the Limestone Ledge trail. Yeah.
Yeah. Also a steep incline.
Yes.
But that led to another overlook of the river, just in a different spot too. And then that branches off of that trail is the Dinio track site that we were talking about. Yeah. So really cool. Like, I don't know. It's fun to feel like you're just free roaming playground type vibe, because you can discover things just like, oh, I didn't know that this led to another track site. That's kind of how we discovered it. Was like, oh, what's over here? And then it's leads you to more stuff. It's a discovery. That's what it felt like.
Which, and like on the website, they have like basically like interactive, like where it's very clear where all the tracks are, because most people are going for that to see them. But we just didn't do that research ahead of time of going, so it was fun to just like stumble across them too. Like you're gonna find them. Like if you're just in the park walking along the river, you're gonna see them, as long as the river is not super
full.
high full.
So yeah.
Oh, also the water, I'm sure it varies at different times of year. Like if there's been a lot of rain, the water might be a little more murky. But the water was like very clear.
Yes.
Which is how you can see the tracks so well.
Yeah, it actually was very, very clear. Yeah. There are like several spots where you have to cross the river. Like you're going to probably be crossing the river.
Yeah. If you're really wanting to
go on
the
trails and stuff. But yeah, there's several spots to have to. I guess that would be a little tip if you got waterproof shoes, boots of some kind.
Or Chacos, and then you can just walk and not worry about it.
Yeah, that flip-flops. Yeah. Yeah. But just I wouldn't hike in flip-flops, but crossing.
Well,
Chacos are the okay. In between, yeah.
Usually, yeah.
So, yeah, really cool place. I liked it. So, anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. Before O'Malley starts barking, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for listening, watching. O'Malley's about to get upset, so we're going to go ahead and call it here, but quick and easy. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Just Dinosaur Valley is a pretty cool place. I would definitely recommend visiting.
Okay. Go there, do that.